March for the Indiana German Heritage Society. My name is William Sell, and I want to tell everyone this is the 50th year of the Indiana German Heritage Society. We founded this organization because we discovered that no one else was looking at the German heritage of Indiana statewide view. Thank you. So we formed that organization because the year before was the German immigration tricentennial, celebrating 300 years of German immigration to the United States. And then the oldest German settlement in Indiana dates back to before statehood to 1814, and that is New Harmony, way down in the toe of Indiana by Wabash and Ohio. So we're interested in all things German related to Indiana. And also, Indiana German Heritage Center is always looking for members. So as they say on PBS, please join. We have flyers for that. And then also, on your way out, at the table here, we'll have the 2 latest issues of German Life magazine. Help yourself, and they deal with history, genealogy, travel, and recipes. So all sorts of things are covered, and it's a fun magazine, and it's great photography too. I am the co-chairman of the program committee, and our Stammtisch is a mostly monthly program. I'll say it that way because we take a break in July. It's too hot. And January, too much Christmas. So we take a break from that. So our next program will be April 10th, Wednesday here. And the topic is the German market gardeners of Bluff Road. That sounds mysterious to some of you. But there was a great culture 100 years ago of German immigrants and their families living on small plots of land on Bluff Road on the south side with their greenhouses, supplying locally produced fruits and vegetables for Indianapolis. And the person presenting that will be Bethany Natali, who's a historian with Weintraub and Associates. She wrote the National Register nomination, which was accepted on the 1st of September last year. And then in May, we'll have a presentation here on the 8th of Wednesday in the history of the Von Duprin Company. Von Duprin, you're wondering about that? Well, they invented the panic bar. That has nothing to do with alcohol. Panic bar is the bar that you push for easy exit from this building. This old building has those, and some of them still say Von Duprin. And then in June, on the 12th, Wednesday, yours truly will be presenting Wegweiser German place names in Indiana. I want to and I'm thrilled to have this, and I thank Claudia Grossman for suggesting this presentation. And I was going to call it the tale of the 3 apprentices. That sounds like it's something from Brothers Grimm. If I had called it that, you'd think there's a bad ending to it. So it is the apprentice program of Endress and Hauser, and that will be explained. It has the Mount Post there in Greenwood on the south side. We're going to hear, and our connection here is to Derrik Muth. Derrik, raise your hand. So, and Derrik's mother and father are well known to here in Indianapolis with the German community. And Derrik is brought 2 others. And there's Carol Muth, mother of Derrik, claim to fame, mother of Derrik. And then if you'll introduce them as speakers, then watch your step.
So welcome everybody. Guten Abend. Ich bin die Metzgerfrau. Also, good evening. I am the butcher's wife.
I know the Brothers Grimm still.
As William said, my name is Karen Muth. I am not only Derrik's mom, but Klaus's wife, which is really when Derrik was growing up and in school, all of his friends knew me as Derrik's mom, and at work, everybody knows me as Klaus's wife. And for a long time, people didn't actually know that my name is Karen, but I was good. I eat good. I have a job. That's enough for me. But again, like William said, I want to thank Claudia Grossman, who was our son's German professor for German children's school. So I'll plug in for the Deutsche Schule when he was growing up for 2 or 3 years. And when she found out her son was graduating high school and was applying for the apprenticeship program here at Endress Hauser, she said, that would be a great idea for a competition. So that's where this idea was born. And I said, yes, you're right, that would be. And so again, that's how the connection happened. And I said, well, there's a full application process and he's got an interview and this and that, and there's different steps. So I said, if he gets in, I will contact you. She goes, no, when he gets in. So I'll never forget that. She was very confident in our son's abilities. Yeah, I'm happy just to be here and make this connection between Historic German Society and a Swiss-German company. It's a great company. I've learned a lot about it since our son started there. He is in his first year, so that's why there's other people here as well who can speak farther into the program who are farther along. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get, pun intended, get to the meat of the matter. But so I'd like to introduce Robert Head, who is the apprentice program manager, head cheese of this program at Endress Hauser, and the fearless leader of the rest of these folks, and he's going to take care of the rest of the introductions for this program.
Thank you for having us. My name is Ed. I've helped develop this program, of course, with the German American Chamber of Commerce up in Chicago area. But you know, for me, it's a passion. I grew up with trades as well as in a German community down in Evansville, Indiana, where my family actually owned the bar tavern in New Harmony. So I did not know that was the oldest settlement of German until tonight. So you learn something each and every day. But with that, you know, I'm just a component of the entire system, and you're going to hear from our apprentices and as well as Nick. He's going to actually introduce our apprentices. He's actually a component of the apprentice program. He graduated 2 years ago, and I'm going to let him because he's the head trainer, and I'm just going to lead the group as they need.
All right, thanks, Robert, and thank you all really for coming and taking a listen to kind of what we're doing in our company. It's really neat just from the time I started with Endress Hauser and started with the apprenticeship program back in 2019. Between just that time and today, just the awareness of European style companies and as well as European apprenticeships has completely changed just in those 4 or 5 years. And I'd like to think that we take a little bit of a part in that, at least with the younger community as well, because for the last 3 or 4 years, we've gone to many high schools in our area and given a similar presentation teaching about our apprenticeship and showing just kind of how it's a different style and a different ideology than what you typically see in our U.S. apprenticeships, and just therefore trying to spread some of the European culture. And yeah, so for the main part of the presentation, I'll hand it off to a few of our apprentices. So being that the apprenticeship is 3 years long, we wanted to get kind of a good sample of different experiences from the apprentices that are going through the program now. So I'll introduce kind of as they progress throughout the program. We're going to start with the one that most of you know already, Derrik Muth. He's a first-year apprentice, so on year 1 of 3. We have Charles here in the middle. He's year 3 of 3. I went a little out of order there, sorry. And we've got Chase New here on the end. He's a second year apprentice, so he's in the right in the middle of his program right now. And he's going to start us off with a video about our corporation as a whole, and then he'll get into kind of the meat of our company.
We, the people for process automation. We began as pioneers in the field of electronic sensor technology in 1953. Since then, we have become one of the world's leading providers of process and laboratory measurement technology, automation solutions, and services. As a family-owned company, we have a special culture that continues to shape everything we do. Strong values and principles make us a reliable partner. This one-time startup has long been a global player. Our sales and production network spans the entire globe. Wherever you are, you're not far away. Each year, we deliver more than 2 million. Process technology, our products, solutions, and services. Their plants and applications. As a result, we help to make industrial processes safe, reliable, environmentally friendly, and efficient. That benefits people and protects our world. In everything we do, we share a common goal with our customers to sustainably improve their processes. Every day, everywhere. We, the people for process automation.
Right, so as Nick said, I am Chase Duke, the second year apprentice. So our company spans across the globe. Many of you probably haven't heard of our company, but over half the world population comes into contact with products that have at some point been touched by our product. We do not
really provide products to an end customer like yourselves. We provide our product to companies such as people in the oil and gas industry and pharmaceutical companies, and then they give you the end product using our technology. Here are those different groupings of industries we help: the food and beverage industry, the water and waste industry, pharmaceuticals, oil and gas, and many, many more that aren't on this list. The different technology groups inside of our company that help us reach all these different areas is flow, level, pressure, temperature, and analytical. So we started our company in 1953 and then released our first patent in 1957. As you can see, over time, we have continued to grow and expand our business, producing more and more technology, up until this point where we've got it to where our technicians don't even need to go to our devices and pull the information from it. They can access it from their laptop. These are some of the very big name customers that we deal with: Frito-Lay, Nestle, Shell, and Eli Lilly. Here are some more specific examples of places you might recognize. There's the Tesla Gigafactory, gas stations, and all of Nestle factories use our products. Our products were also used to help in all the production of COVID-19 vaccines all throughout America. As I said before, our company is a global company. Our headquarters here in the US is in Greenwood, but our two major headquarters are in Germany and Switzerland. Our company has continued to grow over the years, even during COVID, when a lot of companies were needing to lay people off. Endress Hauser continued to grow. In 2022, we added over 700 new employees to our company. And most of the average time for someone working at our company is 10 years, which shows people want to stay on with our company, and a lot of people actually choose to retire in our company. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Charlie.
Thank you, Chief. So now I'm going to get into the structure of our company. Endress Hauser is a family-owned company. So we don't do any stock marketing, anything. All the people that you see in the picture are our stakeholders, not including the dogs. So the gentleman on your right side, his name is Endress. He just retired from being the president of our Endress Hauser Supervisory Board. And his father, George Endress, is the founder of Endress Hauser. And it's kind of a history of how Endress Hauser was to begin in the US. So in 1970, we started the Endress Hauser in Massachusetts, which is a 3,500 square foot facility. And then in 1974, we moved to Greenwood, Indiana. The reason we moved to Greenwood, Indiana was because Indiana is known for the crossroads of America, which is good for transportation and important goods. So we moved to Indiana, and as time goes on, we started improving and growing. As you can see, in 1990, we had our first two-story full facility. And in 1997, we had our second building for our sales center. And in 2006, we had our third building, which is full production center. And in 2011, we had our fourth building, which is for temperature production center. And in 2013, we have our fifth building, which is our level and pressure production center. And as time goes, this kind of shows that Endress Hauser over the year, we kept growing. And this is kind of a picture of our campus right now. So the one that's at number one is our customer center. And the one that's at number two is our sales center. Number three is our limit pressure. Number four that's combined with number one is our trip production center. And number five is our flow production center, which is where the apprenticeship is located. And right now we're building a new building, our sixth building. We're thinking about finishing that by the end of 2025. And which is gonna be kind of like an expansion of the sales center plus GE booth and a few other departments. And with being a young person in the workforce, being in a company that shows continual growth kind of helped me understand that, hey, I have a future in this company and I can also grow with the company. And I also get an opportunity to learn things that are happening while they're happening. Not like someone told me, hey, you know, this happened before, but I get to see them, which is a very good thing that I like. And the person in the screen that you see, his name is Matthias Altendorf. He is our former CEO of the Endress Hauser, and he is the current president of the Endress Hauser Supervisory Board after Basel life. And he's the first person who is not from the Endress family to become a president of the supervisory board. And I want to talk about this person because when Matthias started in Endress Hauser, he was an apprentice like us. And he worked his way up, and now he is the president of the company, which kind of shows that Endress Hauser is not just like, it doesn't go just family to family. Since it's a family-owned company, all the employees, everyone that work in Endress Hauser are all family. So everyone counts as a stakeholder of the company, basically. And the other one I want to talk about is ICAT. Some of you might have heard of it before. ICAT stands for Industrial Consortium for Advanced Technical Training. It is a leading apprenticeship program that helps facility and companies help set up a German-based apprenticeship program. And they benchmark from the German dual education system, which is both hands-on and schooling at the same time. And they're also a link between us, the apprenticeship, the company, and the AHK, which is the German-American Chamber of Commerce, to help us set up the program in the company and set up the exam so we can get the German apprenticeship certificate at the end of the program. And these are some of the companies that work with ICAT as well. Some of you might have noticed most of the company in there are German-based companies. And we work with ICAT to get the German dual education apprenticeship program moved to US to help the younger generation get to learn technical skill while they're going to school. So they don't have to worry about having to finishing 4-year or 2-year degree at first and then having to get the hands-on experience before they get into the workforce. This program kind of helps all people who want to get into the industrial workforce to gain education and hands-on at the same time. So which is a big advantage for the younger people like us. And now we go into the apprenticeship program that we have structured in our apprenticeship, our Endress Hauser company. And the way we have set it up, apprenticeship program right now is it is a 3-year apprenticeship program with a 2-year of job commitment after the 3-year. And right now we do 3 years of on-job training and 3 of schooling. So depend on the classes availability. Most of the time it's Tuesday and Thursday are the school day that we will be at IB Tech taking classes. And Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, Wednesday and Friday are the ones that we'll be doing on-job training. Which also the training corresponds with what we're learning from IB Tech, but give us a hands-on practice and then deal with all the time. And the best part about the apprenticeship program is all the schooling, all the material you need, all the tools you need for school and work are all paid for by the Endress Hauser company. And on top of that, you get a 40-hour paycheck a week, which goes towards the 5 days work. and included the 2 school days. So basically, all the apprentices are getting paid to go to school, which is hard to find, which is why we're all in the apprenticeship program. And we did some calculation with all the schooling expenses and all the work paycheck that you get and toolings and all that we spent on the apprentice for all 3 years, and it came out a total of $250,000 of the scholarship that you get, which is a very big scholarship. And on your first year of the apprenticeship, you start off with $15 an hour, and then you get a dollar bonus every year. And then on top of that, we do a dollar increment if you can keep up a 3.71 GPA, both internal and external grade. And also you might see those 2 green arrows that's pointed down, that's the exams. Those are our ICAT exams that I just mentioned. We have to take 1 exam at the end of our 2nd year and 1 at the end of our 3rd year, which is kind of like a test for us from the ICAT to see if we actually learned all the traits that we were told that we'll be learning. And there's also a chance for us to show what we have learned to people out there. And then we have to get a combination of 50% from both exams to get the apprenticeship program and get the journeyman card, which is from the Department of Labor, and also our German apprenticeship certificate. And I'm gonna let Derrik talk a little bit about what he does in the first year of apprenticeship, since he's our first year apprentice.
Thanks, Charles. So I'm Derrik Muth. I'm a first-year apprentice at Endress Hauser. I started with the company back a weekend after I graduated, so May of 2023. So I think it's been about 10 months that I've been with the company. So very early on, but I've learned a ton over the few months that I've been here. And so far, I have no other plans to be outside of this company so far. So a lot of the things that we do in our first year can include manual material processing. So a lot of these smaller objects you see on the table were all made by hand with files, saws, chiseling, using the drill press, bandsaw, and so forth. Also, we go into milling and turning. So we have 2 vertical mills and 2 horizontal lathes. So we go very heavily into that. See the big drill press, the stand. We make pretty much that entire thing using these machines, except for a couple of bolts sprayed in the rod. That is all made by us. Additionally, the last few weeks we have gone into 3D design and 3D modeling through a program called Autodesk Inventor. So this is a very useful resource that allows us to import a lot of the skills we've learned from blueprint drawing and technical drawing and reading, and create models of projects that we're working on, or several of the assignments that our textbook gives us, and make models of these, import them to be created into a blueprint, and then that is a very useful resource for us while we're creating whatever we decide. Before this program, I genuinely had no idea what I was doing in any of these things. Like, other than Klaus teaching me, like, screwdriver, and like, helping him build some stuff in the street house in Brown County. I do nothing. And compared to what these other guys know, I still know basically nothing. But since the first few months that I've started here, I've learned so much. Like, I come home sometimes to talk to my parents about what, like, that's great. So yeah, I'm very grateful for what I've learned so far, and look forward to the future. I'll pass it on for the second year of the apprenticeship. Back to Chase.
So in the second year, towards the beginning, second year, we still do a lot of technical training, at work with hydraulics, electrical, pneumatics, and others, types of learning, while also continuing on our schoolwork with all these things you see listed on the screen here. But another thing that's not listed here that we worked on in our second year is a lot of big projects for the company. For example, we will design different fixtures and other things needed to help production do their work. One thing I'm working on right now is something called a gas flow rig that we are going to be sending to Texas to be used as a training part to get our technicians familiar how to use our product. So for that, I needed to take our product, put it on the car. I've had to wire all the electrical components and much more work along with a few of the others. And so it's projects like those that we spend a lot of our time in our second year doing. There's really no shortage of products. There's no shortage of kind of products. We've had welding projects. We've had still machining projects like Derrik's group does, and plenty. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to our third year Sean.
Back. So in third year is where you take a big next step, I say, because this is when you start finding your path on what you want to do after the apprenticeship program. So you start doing a rotation in different department that you want to be in. Currently, I'm working with the engineering department, which I focus on the kind of production side of the engineering, where I'll be doing something process related. And I also work on the CIP projects, which we call continuous improvement, which is like making the picture or making something, designing something for production to kind of improve the process and their working environment. And third year is also where you will be starting to get your own kind of like space to work with projects. And it won't just be a one project that is handed to you like when you're in the second year. There will be multiple projects in a timely manner where you have to manage your time and projects to finish within the deadlines. So it kind of teaches how to work in a business and a industry environment. And it also helps us get into the business standard on how to work and how to communicate with people in the business environment. And it is also gives us a chance to integrate into the teams and start networking for the future of your path that you want to move on to at the end of the apprenticeship. So in my group, there's 5 of us, including me. So I'm working with the engineering department. There's one that is working with the calibration team. And there's one that is working with the supply chain. There's one that is working with CNC machining. And there's one that is currently getting trained to become a field service. And on third year, you start learning how our audits and process work in the company. And you get more in detail into it to learn more about it. That way you can talk to people and give presentations and all that. And I'm going to hand it back to Derrik to talk about school structure a little bit.
I'll be talking a little bit about Ivy Tech, but first I forgot to mention last time I was up. So a few months ago, our former CEO, Mrs. Salvador, visited us, so we got a chance to meet and briefly talk with him. And one of the things he mentioned is, as his time as an apprentice, when he first started, his very first project, along with our very first project, was filing and working on the use deal. So this has been gone through countless hours, countless projects of work time. But this top piece used to be a use deal. So it's connections like that with like our former CEO that really makes this program pretty meaningful. And so our other main partner along with ICAP for the apprenticeship program is Ivy Tech Community College. So as Shaw said, 2 days a week, we go down to the Columbus campus to take our various classes, among which are included this very long list. So yeah, a lot of these, have already been done, and not all of them are in order according to what we've done. So far I've gone through the few of the manufacturing classes, electrical, and also, 2 robotics classes, along with other smaller electives. So after the program, you get 3 things. You get an associate's degree in advanced automation and robotics technology from Ivy Tech. You also get a certificate of German apprenticeship from ICAP, so you're recognized as a German apprentice. And you also get a journeyman certificate from the Department of Labor. And after the program, including your 2-year commitment, there are multiple different opportunities that you can go for, depending on what you were interested in throughout your 3 years. So these are field service or engineering, maintenance, so forth. And several of our former Endress apprentices went on to much larger roles, as we've already talked about, so managers and even our CEO. So during the program, we are expected to have good grades, complete our projects in a efficient and quality and timely manner, including exams, which the two big ones are for the 2nd and 3rd years, but the 1st years also have periodic smaller exams on like our material processing and our machining. We also keep a weekly log detailing what we do each day, who we work with, what connections we've made, and so forth. And also a weekly meeting where we discuss with others, like a weekly competition. What we learned, what we can do better, what we can improve on, and so forth, just to let each other know what we're doing, how we're doing. The type of student is all the basic qualities we want with a good employee, so time to use, hardworking, doing quality work, so forth. And support system. This has been a pretty big one for me getting into the program since I basically do nothing. But there are always people there, 2nd years, Dave, Rob, or even any of the regular production people. Ask something, they'll help you to the best of your ability, since it's a family company and a family. Whenever you're struggling, they're so that is a very big selling point. So this is the basic layout of our application acceptance process. So applications are due generally around the end of February or the end of March. The in-person interview is around the end of March. Offers beginning of April, and then June, July constitute a 2-month or 8-week probationary period or evaluation period of the applicants that are accepted from the application period. So basically what they do is they separate all of their applicants into different production positions throughout campus. They can be in different buildings, different departments, and so forth. I worked in level and pressure for 8 weeks. So I was working on a calibration rig called the Yordi, which is actually German as well. And our headquarters for level and pressure is located over Germany. And I had a really good time there. And like I said before, whenever I struggled, since I was just thrust right into it after graduation, someone was always there. And, yeah, this evaluation period is basically to judge all of the applicants to see if they have those qualities that I mentioned earlier that are required of us during the apprenticeship program. So our supervisor will monitor us, help us do that. And the program selection is end of July, and we start the apprenticeship in August. So, along with getting to know Endress Hauser over the last few years, starting in middle school, I also had an opportunity through my high school to travel with Endress and with my high school to 3 of their main facilities in Europe, in Greenwood, the world headquarters, Cernay in France, and Walberg in Germany. So this was the first year that Endress did something like this. So they took 8th graders through seniors, and they chose to bring me to high school, which I was very lucky, since I was looking towards Endress the latter half of my senior year, and looking for a job, and I had applied, done my interviews right before I left the ship. Once I got back, I told I'm in. And so this was a trip for me. So I was very grateful to go through this. Actually, that first picture is in brown, and as my mom mentioned earlier, one of our good family friends, Britta Peters, she was originally from Switzerland, worked at Endress Hauser in Greenwood for several years, and then moved back a few years back. So when I went to go on this trip, I got to meet her and talk with her. So yeah. There are a couple more pictures specifically from our visit to the Malvern location, which was my personal favorite. The first picture is of Lynn Struder. He was very helpful in giving us our presentation, demonstrating several of the devices that they make over there, and giving us a really good tour of the facility. In the second picture, we also went through several activities. Some of them we engaged in, some of them didn't. But this one, we built an ultrasonic distance meter. So basically what it is we had to do some basic soldering. We had to read through an assembly, like basic blueprint, and put this little device together where if you point it at a wall or an object, the digital readout on it, once you turn it on, it will tell you how far you are away from that object. So it was a cool project we have. And then the last picture, we got a chance to visit one of the local gymnasiums in Schopheim, which is very close to Malvern. So we spent the day in their engineering class, doing a few activities with the students there, getting to know them, a little wound-up car with them in their engineering class. And then the last day we were in Malvern, we went back to Endress with their class and got to play some a few more tours, but it was a trip, and it was a great opportunity for getting introduced to and so I'll hand it back over to Chase and Shaw for their show.
So, me and Chase, we also had a chance to go to Europe last year, around end of June. Derrik is happy because he said he beat us to it. He was going to Europe before us. But not just us, but the whole partnership get to go to Europe last year because it was our 70th anniversary. And we get to tour different facilities, like Derrik mentioned, our facility in Rheinach, Malvern, Basel, Freiburg. We get to go to different buildings that are kind of almost similar to what we do in here, but more advanced and more expanded. And the cool thing I get to experience is people culture over there. Is when we went in there, everyone is like, it looks like they're enjoying, they're happy, they're wearing shorts, no safety glasses, they were having fun. We're like, got a lot of pretty cool thing. I'm pretty, you gotta get it on.
Thank you, Coach.
Right. They were just like enjoying what they're doing. So, and then it kind of like show us who were just getting into the Endress Hauser culture that doesn't matter which country you're in, as long as you're in the Endress Hauser, you are still account as a family member. So we went there, we had like our 70th anniversary party, we had our young network generation event, which was also a chance for us to meet people in our age from different countries. And we talked and shared about our experience with Endress Hauser and our experiences with working in the industry environment and how we work and what we do. We can share the whole experience. And the thing that I noticed over there was how you get friends real quick. So we had a few people from Germany and 2 people from Switzerland and like from different countries. And we just get along very fast. I don't know if it's because of the culture that we practice in our environment, but it was just like very easy to just go talk to someone. Like here. But in here it's a little hard because you have to like, I don't know if you like and there it's just like you can see in their face, you're like, hey, what's up? And the other cool thing that is outside the work related topic is the picture in the middle that you see in there. It's a bridge. And there's a river under it that is connected to 2 different countries, which is Switzerland, Germany, and France. And there's a bridge over it that kind of connect. You can see it's 2, but it kind of connect all 3 countries. And you can just walk by to all 3 countries. I was like, whoa. So I was like, in 2 minutes, I was with friends, and I'll get a call. I was like, hey, where are you? They'll be like, I'm in Germany. Okay, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Wow. It was kind of fun. And then we also get to do an event on your right side picture right here, where we had to work with our new instrument that we made for measuring and getting the alcohol and other ingredients in the product. It was fun. We were having fun. As you can see, we were all smiling, except for the lady who was showing us how to do it. She was like, I'm tired of these. She was a very nice lady, and I'm gonna let she finish it up.
Alright, so Charles mainly talked about how the culture, like inside the company was different. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how it was different for us outside of the work events. So one thing that I really enjoyed, and I know everyone else enjoyed, was the dinners that the company sent us on, along with some of the other workers from the different places we went to visit. They gave us a great chance to talk to and connect on work-related scale with the people who live there, people who work there, and allowed us to learn a lot more about what they thought about working at Endress Hauser, but also what they thought America was like, and they let us, and we would be able to learn a lot more about what it's like there than what we just got to see on a small trip. One thing we got to do on this trip was we had a crossbow shooting contest, which was a lot of fun. And they were with authentic crossbows, not like the all kitted out carbon fiber ones we sell here in the United States. They're wooden and the small, tiny little sights they get. Another thing we got to do was visit the Black Forest, and we got to hike down a mountain there, which was a lot of fun and really gave us a long time to talk with those around us, not just, each other in our apprenticeship, but all the others who were on the trip as well. India, we met there, in Germany and Switzerland, as well as some of the higher ups who took us on the trip. It was really just a great opportunity, just like the rest of the trip, for us to connect with everyone and learn so much about German culture and all the other countries that we were learning about. That's gonna open it up for Joe. That's gonna open it up for questions. Yeah. Yeah. We'll take the questions.
How many students are year one, two?
So, yeah, currently what we have right now in the first year of the apprenticeship program, we've got 4, second year we've got 4, and the third year we have 5. Kind of a coincidence because we only had 3 the previous year, we were able to hire an additional one. Generally, it's about 4. Yes,
Do you have other programs, in a country like this, or is it just in Greenwood?
as far as Endress Hauser goes, we're just in Greenwood, although we do have a couple of other production locations. So Greenwood is our North American headquarters for Endress Hauser. It was kind of mentioned earlier, but, there, aside from that, though, we have a location in California and a location in Michigan that have production facilities. And, there's definitely been conversation in the last year or two about them also starting. But the ICAT company that we work with, they have companies all over the US that most of them are German or Swiss based. And they also have, almost an identical program. So see other companies with the same program across.
Once an apprentice completes the 3 years, is it possible they could go on with an engineering degree like
Yeah.
they do?
Actually working. Absolutely, yeah, most students, we'll do that. I'm doing it right now, actually. So I finished the program about a year and a half ago, like right now I'm working on my bachelor's degree from Indiana State. And so, part of it comes from where does our degree transfer the most credits to? That's a lot of the decision-making process there, but yes, almost every apprentice that I know of, I'd say at least 75% of the program will take some interest in moving on to a bachelor's degree afterwards. And although they won't necessarily get the same structure of the 2 days a week at school and 3 days a week at work, the company still does tuition reimbursement for all full-time employees. And it's also a lot easier for an apprentice to work it out for the company to pay for all the schooling ahead of time. That's what they're doing with myself. So it's almost just like a continuation of the apprenticeship, but you're working your 40 hours and you're doing school in your personal time. It's the only difference. But yes, the company in general, for all employees, not just apprentices, they put the toolbox right in front of you. You just have to get the key and open it. They want you to become better. They want you to become a stronger person, both for yourself and for the company. And they give you everything you can possibly do for that. They do full tuition reimbursement all the way up through a master's degree. And I know there's a couple of cases where they pay for a doctorate.
So how many applications can you get and how competitive is it to get into the
Around
program?
20 to 25 applications.
This year, we hit 42 applications. Of the 42, we have a strict, where you can only go 2 years outside of high school. The reason why we do it that way right now is because we want a younger generation to be built up into the company. And there's nothing wrong with an older student. It's just we have other programs that we can put those individuals in. With the apprenticeship program, the model, being with like-minded individuals as far as age group and everything, make a stronger program. So to round that out, right now, we have dwindled that down to 8 applicants that will be actually interviewing tomorrow for the program. So,
Out of those 8, you would end up taking 4.
yes, but the 4 who do not get taken, they may stay with the company most likely, depending on our financial situation and all openings within the company. They'll get to apply back the following year, because I said up to 2 years. 9 times out of 10, you will get in the second year. And so it shows us that you're willing to commit to Endress, and that gives you like additional points to get into the program. And it shows us that commitment to our culture. You were saying?
Yes, at what age can you start an apprentice program?
Currently, we go at 17 years old is the youngest that we've ever had. But if you graduate high school at 16, we'll consider you.
But you have to have a high school degree.
It has to have the high school degree first.
It's between, basically 0 and 2 years out of high school, graduated from high school.
And then, when the dust settles over here, when it's Purdue
Yeah.
University, Indianapolis,
Yep.
then maybe you could maybe they can approach Purdue.
We actually are already in conversation. I myself, that's one of my main roles, as the program manager, is to make those connections with our community. And I'm already working on what that looks like for those who want to go into engineering level degrees. Going forward, we are also developing another apprenticeship program, specifically a 4-year degree, both electrical engineering and computer engineering for our R&D arm, at the main campus currently. So they'll earn their bachelor's degree and then, you know, have a minimum of 2-year commitment, but to get through that program, it'll take 5 years. So, you know, we'll have an employee for 7 years at that point.
And then, as I said, when the dust settles.
Yep.
So I recommend you talk directly to West Lafayette.
I've already been doing that too.
You're on top of it.
Yeah, and we are also what they call green to gold, which is the new Ivy Tech to Purdue University pipeline. That's where we're working through to get these degrees that our apprentices are having right now transferable right into those other degree paths that they want to see. Go over here real quick.
2 things. I was just curious about health insurance. You get health insurance.
Full benefits. The only benefit they don't get is PTO because we have to log hours. For the Department of Labor and for ICAT, you have to have a minimum of hours. And so they only get 5 days out of the year that they do miss.
Which means that we have, all apprentices have full access to health insurance, vision insurance, as well as a 401k. So, and the company matches up to 6%. And so therefore, most apprentices up to 6%. How many 18-year-olds do you know that have a 401k?
I'm a professor at Marion University, and I know you have to do engineering school at Marion.
I've heard.
So if you'd like to stay
Yes.
in Indianapolis rather than go up to Lafayette, Purdue, I would happily connect you.
I'd be happy to get a card and start making that conversation.
Do you have a similar apprenticeship model on the business side of things, or is it all just engineering or technology or technology?
Yes.
They know.
So, business, hopefully we're going to start this fall. It's my goal. This fall is to bring our first business apprenticeship online. It is a 2-year program. You will earn your degree in 2 years. You will take your first AHK exam your first year. Then you'll take another one your second year. When you complete that program, areas of interest will be human resources, logistics, marketing. I'm trying to think of all of the different areas, like I call it party planning, but it's really like administration type of work. You'll get to go into a lot of different areas and support our missions from different perspectives.
Also with cooperation with